In what the United States says is a direct national security threat, 2 Chinese nationals have been charged with smuggling potential agro-terrorism fungus into the US.
Imagine a world where a teenager in their bedroom, armed only with a laptop and access to open source tools, could engineer a bioweapon capable of mass destruction. Sounds like sci-fi? It's edging closer to reality. Geoffrey Hinton, one of the architects of modern AI, often called the Godfather of AI, has sounded the alarm. AI is advancing so rapidly that very ordinary people, assisted by AI, could soon build bioweapons. Today, we're diving into one of the most chilling warnings in AI's short but explosive history. Geoffrey Hinton, who helped build the foundations of so many systems we use now, has shifted from builder to cautious prophet. Who is Geoffrey Hinton and why he matters? Let's start with Hinton himself. Geoffrey Hinton is a pioneer of artificial neural networks and deep learning. He's one of the people whose work underpins large language models, image recognition, many AI systems people use every day. Because he helped build this stuff, when he warns about its dangers, we should listen. He's been gradually becoming more concerned over time. What was once a future risk now feels a lot more immediate to him. Some of his recent statements, Hinton said that a normal person assisted by AI will soon be able to build bioweapons, and that is terrible. He also warned, imagine if an average person in the street could make a nuclear bomb. That's not hyperbole. It shows the level of access risk he's worried about. He believes AI isn't just a dumb tool. He increasingly thinks of it as having genuine understanding, which means it can be more powerful and dangerous than many earlier believed. So we're not hearing this from someone far removed from the technology. We're hearing this from one of its creators, someone who knows both its promise and its perils. How we got to this point. The rise of AI and dual-use tech. To understand why Hinton is so worried, we need a quick look at how AI and biology are merging and how that creates this dual-use danger. Dual-use here means technology that can do good, medicine, vaccines, diagnostics, drug discovery, but can also do bad, pathogens, toxins, misuse. Some important stepping stones. 1. AI models are getting better at biology. AI systems are learning how to design proteins, predict molecular structures, simulate biochemical interactions. Tools like AlphaFold from DeepMind can predict protein folding. Generative biology tools can propose entirely new proteins. 2. Lowering of technical, financial, and information barriers. A lot of knowledge about microbiology, genetics, molecular biology is now in open literature. Synthetic biology and gene editing tools, CRISPR, etc., are more accessible. Lab kits, reagents, DNA synthesis services are not only for big institutions now. The internet allows sharing of protocols, code, sequences. 3. Large language models, LLMs, and generative AI that can guide, simulate, or even debug biological experiments. They can help non-experts understand complicated lab protocols, suggest modifications, predict outcomes. 4. Reports in academic papers showing that AI can design or suggest toxic proteins or compounds similar to existing toxins. For example, recent studies found that LLMs without sufficient guardrails can produce new toxic small molecules or proteins when prompted. All of this means that while in the past, building a harmful pathogen required deep training, specialized knowledge, expensive lab infrastructure, that traditional barrier is being eroded. What exactly is Hinton warned about? What's the worst-case scenario that Hinton is warning might become possible? It's multi-layered. 1. Bioweapons by amateurs. Hinton's concern: a normal person assisted by AI will soon be able to build bioweapons. That doesn't mean everyone, but someone with enough curiosity, perhaps means, and access to digital knowledge tools could do something dangerous. This person might misuse AI's ability to fill gaps in knowledge, design protein sequences, get help in simulating how something spreads, or even explicit directions if guardrails fail. 2. The nuclear analogy. He uses the idea of a nuclear bomb to show how absurd but plausible this might become. It's about power, destructiveness. If someone can build a weapon of mass destruction using biology, it could be catastrophic. 3. Beyond obvious destruction, manipulation, misinformation, psychological control. It isn't just about spore bombs. AI can also influence behavior, thoughts, emotions, through content, deepfakes, personalized persuasion. That's another route for harm. Hinton warns machines might surpass human intelligence in manipulation. Why this is so dangerous? What's at stake? What happens if this risk becomes reality? The dangers are multiple, overlapping, and potentially catastrophic. 1. Public health catastrophe. A novel engineered pathogen with high transmissibility or lethality could cause pandemics. Death tolls far worse than COVID-19. Many health systems are already strained. Adding engineered threats could overwhelm them. 2. Social collapse and panic. Widespread fear, loss of trust in institutions, economic disruption, supply chains, travel, trade, all could be affected. 3rd, biological arms race. If one actor, state or non-state, gains bioweapon capability, others may try to follow, triggering mutual distrust and escalation. 4th, difficulty of attribution and deterrence. Unlike nuclear weapons, which are large, detectable, and tightly controlled, biological weapons can sometimes be made in less visible ways. Tracing origin can be hard. 5. Moral, ethical erosion. Scientists might be under pressure to work on offensive bioweapons. Dual-use research becomes harder to supervise. The line between defense and offense blurs. 6th, existential threat. If a pathogen is engineered to be extremely contagious, lethal, and stealthy, it could threaten large parts of humanity. It isn't just dystopian speculation, it's part of what people like Hinton are warning could happen. We are standing at a crossroads. The same technological progress that can eradicate disease, improve lives, expand knowledge, can also enable horrors we've only read about in dystopias. When Geoffrey Hinton says that anyone, not just states or well-funded labs, could soon build bioweapons with AI, he isn't offering prophecy. He's issuing a warning. But warnings are only useful if we heed them. We must not bury our heads and assume someone else will handle it. The future depends on what we do now. So let us push for transparency, demand regulation, invest in safety, and hold our institutions and ourselves accountable. Because if we fail, we risk unleashing something we can't control or reverse. If we succeed, we harness AI's power for healing, for progress, for better lives. If you found this video important, hit that subscribe button, share it with others, your friends, family, community, and let's spread the awareness.